Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third episode of A Hardy Conversation. I am Sean Hardy.
And I am Chris Hardy.
And for all you at home that think that this is a John Cena reference, no. Do your homework. This is a reference to the Dudley Boys, the winningest tag team in wrestling history. Okay? This does not mean attitude adjustment.
Oh, my brother, testify.
So, anyways, back on to the world of wrestling. We had, for all intents and purposes, an uneventful week in the world of wrestling, with the exception of Raw, which we'll get to in just a few moments. Smackdown was just kind of bland. All there really was a CM Punk, feud between Edge and Jeff. Apparently all three of them are now going for the world title, hunting Punk down. Impact saw the in-ring debut of Tara, a.k.a. Victoria. Guess they're going to go off of the whole Tara Rising gimmick that Triple H kind of used back in the day. Because on Victoria's MySpace page, she ended her most recent blog by saying Tara is rising. So they're probably going to play off of that very bad pun in TNA because they're known for bad puns.
True.
King of the Mountain match for the next pay-per-view looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. You got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Mick Foley, all hunting after Mick Foley's TNA title. And for those of you that don't know, basically the King of the Mountain match is a ladder match in reverse. The winner isn't the man to pull the belt down. It's the first person to hang the belt. I know. It sounds ridiculous, but TNA needed to do something a little bit different.
True.
Break away from your average ladder matches.
It's damn true.
Okay, I thought we were getting away from the bad puns, Chris.
True.
Superstars was decent. Nothing tremendous there. John Morrison versus Chris Jericho. By and far match of the night.
Yep.
Which brings us to Raw. And I'm going to go ahead and tag into you, Chris. You can start talking about Raw.
Alright, Monday Night Raw, we had Vince McMahon coming in with a huge announcement.
Huge, mind-blowing.
Exactly. Earth-shattering.
Changed the face of WWE
forever.
Ever!
And we had...
And what was the announcement, Chris?
That Donald Trump now owns Raw because Vince sold it to him. So now Donald Trump now owns Raw.
Yeah, and I read that stocks plummeted this morning after the news of Donald Trump owning Raw. Like, the WWE stockholders are not behind this storyline
so
at all.
Depending on how long it goes, I say it might go to either SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Like I have Vince team versus Trump team. All the heels for Vince, all the faces for Trump, or vice versa, whichever you want to do it.
I think in this case the heels would have to be on Trump's side, because this is Vince's company. It's been Vince's company since the late 70s, early 80s, when he bought it off of his father. Vince would have to be the babyface in this scenario to take his company back from the tyranny of the Donald.
And then we have Christian going as Tommy Dreamer. Tommy retained his ECW championship. We have Jeff versus Edge versus CM Punk for the world title. Punk retained, but we did learn that it will be Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at The Bash, not the Great American Bash, for those WCW fans out there. And we have a new WWE champion in Randy Orton.
The man who honestly should not have lost the belt to begin with. Losing it to Batista was a bad idea to begin with. Plus Batista got injured in the match, and they still had him drop the belt to him.
Yeah.
It made absolutely no sense. The script writers figured that out, so now they've got Randy with the belt again, and more than likely, let's be honest, he's going to dump it in 2 weeks to Triple H for his 13th title run.
Yeah, and it's Randy Orton versus Triple H in the last man standing match next Raw for Randy Orton versus Triple H, part 50. It's going to be awesome. No.
Yeah.
So we're good on that. Now for a couple questions from you wrestling fans out in the WWE universe.
You go ahead and take that one, Chris.
Alright. This is from Kryptonite Guy. I think CM Punk should have... He has really bad handwriting. Walked, or what did it say?
You illiterate, Chris?
No, I can't read his
I think
handwriting.
CM Punk should have waited. I thought what he did to Jeff was too mean. I think CM should have waited to cash in, maybe at the next pay-per-view. What do you think? My idea is that it should be a ladder match between Punk and Hardy.
Well, since we've already had a ladder match, it's probably null and void. That too many ladder matches, people will get sick and tired of it. But I do agree with you that Punk should have waited. Well, my tirade last week about CM Punk, I'm not even going to go into that. But I still dislike CM Punk for what he did to Jeff Hardy, but I do believe that Jeff will develop back from either Edge or CM Punk at the Bash or at SummerSlam, which the Hardy guys will be at. So, hope to see you there.
Personally, I think what CM Punk did was okay. All he did, like I said in the last episode, was take advantage of an opportunity that was presented to him. Kryptonite Guy, you would have done it if you were in that situation. I would have done it. Chris would have done it.
I guess, yeah.
He can shake his head, but anybody would have taken that same opportunity and done the same thing. Do I think it was mean? You only really think it's mean because Punk cashed it in against a babyface instead of cashing it in against a heel.
You were doing it against Batista and Jeff Hardy.
Thank you. or Randy Orton. I honestly would have liked to have seen Punk cash in against Orton, as huge of a Orton fan as I am, because then Punk would have been WWE World and ECW champion and be only the second person next to the Big Show to have accomplished that. That's the way I thought it should have went.
Yeah. Second question.
Second question was taken off of MySpace by Super Mario I Love Scarlet Pain. Do you think that RVD and Sabu will return to WWE? And I hear X-Pac is returning because he's going to rehab. Do I think RVD and Sabu are going to return? No. I have nothing against them. Sabu, his best days are behind him, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. His body is too scarred and beaten up, and you can see the high definition of his scars in HD. I think that's going to scare away the younger viewers that WWE is trying to re-attract by going TVG, basically. RVD, I would like to see come back. I think he could do some good things. Last month's WWE Magazine had a Fantasy Warfare match, RVD versus Evan Bourne. I would love to see that match. I would love to see RVD versus Tyson Kidd. Awesome match. But RVD is quite content being home, taking care of his wife, and just doing sporadic shows in the area when he gets the urge to get in front of fans again.
In Detroit, Michigan.
And as far as X-Pac is concerned,
yeah.
I don't think that just because he's in rehab, he's going to be coming back. The only reason he's in rehab right now, and there's talk about maybe bringing him back, is because of his Click connection with Shawn and Triple H. Other than that, I don't see what X-Pac could bring to the table as far as a WWE return right now. He has no back heritage to put him into Legacy. He's not a Hart to throw him in the Hart Dynasty. DX is buried again, hopefully for a little while. It's one thing to dust him off for an occasional teaming up, but to do a long storyline like they did a couple years back, it doesn't work anymore. Especially now with the kid-friendly attitude that WWE is trying to go with. Guys, telling people to suck it and doing crotch chops don't exactly work with that kid-friendly mentality.
Yeah.
Plus, Shawn being religious, the skits weren't as funny as they were 10 years ago.
So, we're going to take a little break and we'll be back with part 2 of episode 3 of A Hardy Conversation.